What's up, collectors? It's Parlay Jay here with you today. And on today's episode, we are going to talk about a question that is plaguing us collectors for years, especially those of us who like to buy packs. And that question is, what are some of the things I can do with all of these common cards I have lying around? Now, if you watched my prior videos, I showed you my sorting techniques on how to keep all those common cards and regular cards that maybe are commons now but will become, potential valuable cards when players heat up, in working order so that they are accessible, organized, so that you can sell if you need to, or just find them if you need to. But there are common cards, let's say from the 80s, for players that will never increase in value most likely. And what the heck do you do with them other than have them sit and occupy space? So I thought I would give you my 5 ideas for things that you can do for your common cards in your collection. Number 1, if you sell sports cards, or maybe if you sell anything else for that matter, you can use those common cards as protection for cards that you ship to other people. So this usually comes more in handy when you're shipping raw cards as opposed to graded, because graded comes in a very protective hard case. Now, if you're shipping raw cards and you just want to protect it from getting smashed, dented, bent, take a whole stack of common cards and surround that card with it. It will protect the most valuable card, and it's a pretty good use of cardboard. Now, when you sell cards, sometimes common cards that are thrown in for free as a surprise are looked at as customer delight. Customer buys a card from you, they expect to get that one card. When all of a sudden I get a package and I open it up and I go through a bunch of cards, especially if it's cards that are a team that I happen to like, suddenly these worthless pieces of cardboard that nobody cared about, that were sitting in a box somewhere, or a book somewhere, or a stack somewhere unorganized, are actually looked at as a delightful experience, a freebie, a throw-in, and that builds customer relations. So if you're a sports card seller, flipper, retailer, or you're just trying to get rid of your collection, thin it out, throw in some common cards for some customer delight. It's not gonna make the package weigh that much heavier that you're gonna spend a lot of money in shipping, and it could actually make somebody's day. So give that one a try if you're selling cards. Number 2. Seek out set builders and sell them or trade them to those set builders. Set builders, as we've explained in prior videos, are a type of collector who wants to buy one of every card in a particular set. Now, I know what you're thinking, why would you do that when I could just go out and buy a complete set? Well, sometimes you can do that, most times you can, sometimes you can't. But some people like the thrill of the chase. And so compiling that set manually, once you achieve it, has a little bit of a different feel than if I just went online or walked into a store or went on eBay and ordered the entire set, got it, and just said, oh, now I have the whole set. So set builders are looking for cards like these, and it's actually a way you can monetize it. Granted, you're not gonna get a lot of money for common cards. They're probably worth a nickel or a dime or a quarter each, but you could sell them for a little bit of money. And if you sell enough of them, maybe you can turn it into one really good card that could actually increase in value. So it's definitely something to consider as an option, and you're benefiting yourself by getting rid of the card and somebody else who's looking for that card to fill out a set that they're trying to complete. Number 3 is think about donating those cards to kids or to a children's hospital or to a Little League team. Trying to get cards to kids that are, even though they're not the greatest, most expensive cards, it's a way to get them into the hobby. You can't get them into the hobby unless they have the cards in their hands. So by using them and donating them, you'd be surprised. It actually could bring a lot of joy for kids who don't have a hobby. Maybe they like sports, maybe they like baseball, maybe it helps them learn the players, maybe they read the back of the card and learn the stats, learn the teams. It almost could be an educational tool. So again, this is a type of card that to you or I maybe we don't see the value in it. We look at it as a space hog. But to a young child, a young kid, it could be not only an educational experience, but it could become something that turns them into a collector or just a baseball fan in general later on in their life. And that's a great thing. And it takes no effort to donate either. So there is one website called Commons for Kids. I think it's commonsforkids.org. You can check that one out, or you can just Google and look for places to donate baseball cards to, charities to donate baseball cards to, or go to your local Little League team and ask if they want to do some sort of a giveaway or an event that involves baseball cards. It's definitely a cool option, and if it's something that makes kids happy and brings kids into the hobby, what the heck, let's do it. Number 4, you can make a pretty sweet team collage with those cards. Now, what do I mean by that? I am an advocate of finding collectors who are a fan of a particular team or player. I think that's what collecting's all about, right? I'm a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. I place more value on Pittsburgh Pirates cards, even if they're commons. So if you're a guy, a dude, you got a man cave, what do guys put on the walls in man caves? Awesome pictures, memorabilia, jerseys. Well, if you take all the commons from one year from one team and you match them up with the good cards, you make a team set. And you could do this as a gift for somebody else. You could actually put this together and maybe try to sell it on eBay if you can frame it nicely. By taking those commons and depicting them as art with a backdrop to it, of it being all one team, one player throughout all of the years, you create a theme, and you're actually going more toward the art slash memorabilia slash collectible avenue. And by framing it up really nice, making a collage, maybe making a coffee table out of it that has glass over it, it's a really cool centerpiece and a cool conversation piece. I feel like it's something that you might see on like Pinterest or something. But nonetheless, take those cards, do something valuable with them. If I had a collage of all the Pittsburgh Pirates from 1976, and it was guys that I didn't really know about or played well, I wouldn't care. I would think it was damn cool. So consider that. Take your commons, see if you can make something to give to a friend, to a family member, that's combining all the players into one team in a frame, or see if there's any value in selling it on eBay or online to somebody who is a fan of that player or that team. And lastly, the number 5, and probably the most obvious option, is yes, you can throw them away. It hurts me to think about throwing away cards, but it definitely happens from time to time. And you might actually be helping the card collecting world by lowering the population of some of these cards from the junk wax era. So it won't be all bad, but you certainly could take them, dump them in the garbage after you've sorted through them, of course, and pulled out the ones that either have value or have potential value. And you can make more space in your house. Maybe for those of you that have wives, husbands that say you need to get rid of your cards, just get rid of it, make some more space. Your significant other will probably be happy that you did. And if it's something that prevents arguments and future strain in a relationship, it's probably a better idea to throw out the commons than to leave them laying around. But nonetheless, throwing them away is certainly an option. I wouldn't personally recommend it. I would exhaust all options 1 through 4 before finally landing on option 5. So guys, super quick video, but I thought it was kind of cool because I've been asked that question a lot, and I have the mindset of I hate throwing things away, and I hate just assuming there's no value in something. It's kind of like building furniture out of wood. The wood in and of itself is kind of useless, but if you do something with the wood, it turns it into something useful. So with baseball cards and sports cards, even commons could be like the wood in a woodworking project. You just got to turn it into something useful and something enjoyable. So thanks again, guys. Let me know what you think. If you have any ideas for how to handle your common cards, what do you do with your commons? Leave me a comment down below, no pun intended. And I would love to hear what you have to say. I love the conversation. If you guys enjoyed this video and you like all the videos that I put out there, please subscribe and like. By liking and subscribing, you actually get the YouTube algorithm to get this content out to more people like you that enjoy it. So every like and every subscribe helps. and I am truly appreciative of all of you out there. So thanks again, guys. As always, Parlay J, take care, spike your hair. See you next time.